right over here, remember that the percent multiplied by the original, that's what equals your results, all right? Your percent times the original equals the result. And everybody, if you wouldn't mind, in the chat box, whether you're new or this is your 50th class, go ahead and state it in the chat box. What's that main idea with percents that I just talked to you about? What's that main idea? The percent that you apply is the result that you get. Thank you, Landa. Now we need about 113 other people to go ahead and state that in the chat box. Again, I want everybody to really get into this because neurologically speaking, if we're talking about committing this to memory, going ahead and talking about it, writing it, saying it in your head, repeating it, all of that's going to help you in every which way to build connections in your brain to remember this more than just or longer than just tonight's class. I want you to actually understand this as opposed to feeling like you're memorizing something. So again, yep, the percent that you apply is that result that you get. Great job. So with that said, here we go. Let me highlight that again. Percent you apply is the result you get. Let's read through the question. Let's see what we got going on. It says over here, hey, what percent of the cost does he have? So what we're looking for, everybody, is the percent of the cost. Everybody, do we know what amount of the cost we have? Because again, this right here is what we're looking for. But do we know anything else? Do we know the amount of what we have? Do we know what the original 100% is? Do we have these things? Yeah. Answer is yes. And it's me again, your coach Anderson. Look, you're doing these problems right here on YouTube, but I want you to join me for a live class that's free once a week. I do this because I want to help other people succeed just like you. So if you want to raise your score, sign up for my free classes once a week. They're hosted on Zoom. And on top of that, you'll get my free practice test that comes with video solutions so you can learn from every mistake. So there's no reason not to sign up. So go ahead, get off your butt, sign up here, the link there, somewhere over here. Figure it out, but sign up and I'll see you in the next class, my ASVAB party people. Let's get back to the problem. Take a look right over here. If we take a look at the information, it says, hey, Brian wants to buy an item that costs $3,100 and he has $2,139. So that tells me right here that he has $2,139 out of the whole $3,100. So this percent that we're looking for, the percent that he has, is connected to $2,139. Does that make sense there, everybody? The percent that we're looking for is connected to what Brian has. This is one of the most important questions, one of the more nuanced questions, but definitely one of the most important ones, because if you don't have that down, you're going to be sitting here hoping and wishing for the best. And we don't want that. We want to actually understand what we're doing. So next up, help me out, everybody. What here represents the original amount, or I guess the original cost of the item? What's that going to be? Exactly. The item costs $3,100 right there. Boom. So hopefully this is pretty straightforward. Apparently we're going to have some percent that when you multiply that percent times 3,100, we are going to get $2,139. Cool. We've set it up. Going forward, if we've tried to find the result, we were always multiplying. But this time, we're working backwards to find the percent. So what operation do you think we're going to do? Yeah, we're going to be dividing. We're going to be dividing. And so let's go ahead and get it done. This is all you have to do. All you have to do right here. Let me zoom on in. We are going to see that we are multiplying by 3,100. Well, I want to get this part here by itself. So what I'll do is I'll divide both sides by 3,100. And if you're looking at this like, hey, coach, how are we supposed to divide these huge numbers? Hey, don't worry, relax. Give us a second here. We got you. But first and foremost, what's going to happen on the left side, everybody? What's going to happen to that 3,100? Yeah, on the left side, remember, when you multiply and divide by the same thing, or whenever you perform opposite operations, you're always going to have a cancellation. That was the point. So now over here we have, that mystery percent. is going to be equal to whatever that division is. And this is where we have ourselves in a wee little predicament where we're now going to have to figure out what 3100 divided into 2139 actually is. But everybody, if you had to take a look somewhere in the problem, if you had to take a look somewhere in the problem to take a guess as to what that first number might be, because think about it like this. 3100 can't go into 2, can't go into 21, can't go into 213, can't go into 2139, so we have to go with those decimal places. And so making it this far in this video, I'm going to go ahead and say it's safe to assume that you like the way I teach, and that's the truth for a lot of folks here. So if you want to learn more about my program, where you can get all of my practice questions, including 15,000 that'll help you succeed with step-by-step solutions, a lot of them having video solutions, then go ahead and reach out to me. My phone number is 567-698-8867. Go ahead and reach out to me. That way you're not stuck in the same loop that so many people are stuck in with retaking the ASVAB over and over again when the solution to getting a higher score is right here in front of your face. Again, go ahead and text me, ask me about my full program, or click the link in the description to learn more about it. But at the end of the day, sign up, get the score you want, and that job you deserve. So when it comes to right over here, 21,390, that's huge. What number do you think we might want to use? Yeah, if you take a look at the answer choices, what do they all start with? They all start with 6. Are you going to sit here and start guessing 4, then 5, then get to 6? No, use your answer choices to your advantage. You see that they all start with 6. Hey, that's the best number I'm going to guess with. So I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, 3,100 times 6. That's going to be 0 times 6, 0 times 6, 1 times 6, and 3 times 6. So 18,600, that's what we get when we plugged in 6. And so again, that's going to be 18,600. What we'll do now is we'll go ahead and subtract to see what we have left, to see what we can keep doing. So here's what we got. We're going to have ourselves 0 minus 0, that's going to be 0. 9 minus 0, that's going to be 9. 3 minus 6, can't do that. So we'll have to go ahead and borrow from 1. 13 minus 6, that's going to end up being 7. And then we have 0 minus 8. Can't do that again, so we're going to have to take from the 2 over here, make that a 10. 10 minus 8, that's going to be 2. And then 1 minus 1 is 0. So we have 2790 here. Now we have to go ahead and drop that 0. Let me move this over to make sure I show this correctly. There we go. Let's drop that 0. So now we're trying to go into 27,900. What number might you want to guess? What are we thinking? Thinking of 9? That's possible. That's possible, everybody. And if you're asking, hey, how did we get 9? Here's a good way to look at it. Here's one way to look at it. If I'm taking a look at this as, 3,000, trying to go into 27,000, I'm going to ignore the 100 and the 900 for a moment. I'm going to say, 3,000 and change going into 27,000 and change. Everyone, 3 goes into 27 how many times? Yeah, 3 goes into 27 9 times. So it might be a fair guess. It might be in the ballpark to guess 9. It might be there. We can't find out until we actually confirm and try it out. So let's do our due diligence and let's see what we got. So I'll say 3,100 multiplied by 9. Let's try that out here, right over here next to me. So 0 times 9, then 0 times 9 again, 1 times 9, 3 times 9. Everybody, were we correct? Were we correct with our guess of 9? Yeah, absolutely correct here. Absolutely correct. So with that, booyah. That's going to be 9 right there. And so we subtract the 27,900. That's going to be no remainder. So we have 0.69. That is our answer. And remember, everybody, when you solve for a percent inside of an equation, every single time it's going to be in decimal format because you need to calculate with the decimal form. So this right over here That is a decimal. That is a decimal. We need to turn that back into a percent. If we get to a decimal by going to the left 2 times, how do we go back to a percent? That's right. We're going to move it back to the right twice. So right over there, we take that decimal place, 1, 2, and that ends up being 69%. So we now know that Brian, with all that money he has, that is only 69% of the cost of that item that he wants. My party people, as always, thanks for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That way you can see all the updates that we come out with so you can keep improving. So don't wait, subscribe now, and then while you wait for the next video, look here or there to see a related video that's going to help you improve even more. Let's keep raising that score, and let's get the job we want. I'll see you soon.